Bing bong. That is me starting. Bing bong.
Bing bong?
Bing bong. It
Okay.
has been bonged.
This is the first one on the PC, and funny enough, I opened up everything and everything's working perfectly, and it's
working
recording
perfectly. Hell yeah, that's great. That's what we want to hear.
Every other week, there's always one thing off, something wrong.
That laptop you used to have was just cursed, man.
Yeah, I think so. Does this work? Tell me if that's too loud for you.
It's not too loud. I can hear that perfectly.
Hell yeah, and it's picking it up in the recording. Nice. Okay, we're gonna need that later.
Hey, okay.
Just
Spooky
so you
music.
know. So you have no clue what I've got ready for this, which I like.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm going into this completely blind, which is kind of fun. I'm ready for you to just tell me some stories.
First of all, actually, we need to start with something that I did say 2 weeks ago that we're going to do this weekly, but I didn't do it last week.
Okay, I don't remember.
So it's Riddle of the Week.
Oh shit! Yeah, fuck. Yeah, let's do it.
I need to come up with a little jingle for that now.
We just did it there.
Okay. Yeah, cool. That's it. I'll just cut that out. And
yeah, you just
put it in every time.
You just splice it and just put that in every single time. I like it.
Okay, so you didn't get the first one.
I was very close, though, I think.
And that was probably... See, I've got two more ready, and one of them is pretty fucking difficult, and the other one is sort of like you may like do an face palm if you don't get it, and I have to tell you the answer.
Okay,
so
right.
We'll do. I'll say it now, and then I don't know if something comes to mind instantly, you can guess. Because you probably will forget about it during the episode anyway.
What I'm going to do is I took it down last time and... I made loads of guesses first and then I took it down for later.
Mm-hmm. Even if you guess it right or wrong at the start, I'm not going to tell you. I'll tell you at the end. How about that?
Oh, I like that. Okay.
For build suspense. All right, here we go.
Mm-hmm. I'm so ready. Riddle me up.
Riddle you with disease. Okay. I have a nose, a mouth, ears and eyes identical to yours.
Yeah.
You can be in me and I in you.
Okay.
I can be the reason you live and the reason you die. What am I?
Right.
Bum bum. Bum bum.
To die, okay.
I'm actually pretty proud of this one.
Yeah, I mean, like, had I not known that you made these up yourself, I would have thought that you just, I don't know, these have been around for like 200 years or something. These are pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
You're good at this.
Yeah.
So I have a nose, ears, and eyes identical to yours. I can be in you and you in me. Is that right?
Yes. Or yeah, it's just, yeah.
Okay, and I am your reason to live and reason to die. Is that it?
I can be the reason you live and the reason you die.
Can be. Okay,
So, I'll say it again, fully.
Yeah, please do.
I have a nose, a mouth, ears and eyes, identical to yours.
Yeah.
You can be in me and I in you.
Mm-hmm.
I can be the reason you live and the reason you die. What am I?
That's good. That's really fucking good. Fair play. I don't even have anything that's coming to mind straight off the bat. This is some cryptic,
that's good.
This is some cryptic, mystical shit right here.
I like that. Okay.
This is like I find like this on a scroll in front of like an ancient tomb, and I have to crack it for the door to open. Like,
yeah, there's like an hourglass beside you running out of time.
Oh,
Indiana Jones type shit.
I like it. Okay, fair enough. I'll keep thinking about that, and I'm definitely not going to get it, but I will give it a damn good shot. And yeah, we'll give it a go.
It's tough. I'll give you that.
Okay, I like it.
So you don't want to make any guesses now. We'll just leave it till the end, right?
I think we'll leave it till the end because literally nothing is coming to my brain. My brain is just drawing blanks here. If I'm watching the hourglass go down on this tomb beside me, terrified of like all the spike traps that are gonna kill me when I don't get it right.
Yeah. The roof is slowly closing down on top of you as well.
Yeah, exactly. Oh Christ.
All right, well then we'll just jump straight into reincarnation.
Ooh, reincarnation. Pretty good.
So, first off, what's your? I think it's a pretty universal concept that everyone has. But what's your concept of it? Let's get some spooky music.
Oh, spooky music time. Okay. I think when I hear the word reincarnation, it's like some cultures believe that when you die, I suppose it's depending on how you live through your life, but you get reincarnated either as you come back either as another person or like an animal or something along those lines. Am I right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I'll give the Wikipedia definition and then my dumbed down version.
I like it. Let's do it.
So reincarnation, also known as rebirth or transmigration, is the philosophical or religious concept that the non-physical essence of a living being begins a new life in a different physical form or body after biological death. In simple terms, after death, the soul passes from one body to another, such as a child or an animal.
Right, okay. So does it mean that like when you're born, your soul goes into the thing that's just born, or can you just inhabit something like there's a little dog running around and you're just like, fuck it, I'm dead, I'm this dog now?
I think it has to be born, like reborn.
Okay, right, okay. Because I was just like, that'd be a shitty deal, right?
Yeah. Just from my like looking browsing the web today, there's a reoccurring what's the word?
A theme.
What the fuck is it? A theme? Yeah, you'll see a recurring theme that it's always children that these stories come out, and then the children kind of like basically children have memories of a past life, and then they forget about it around 6 or 7 because apparently that's when you lose your memories of childhood anyway, or like from being a baby.
Okay, cool.
So it's a bit strange. But,
7 is an interesting one because I definitely don't remember like being a 7-year-old and popping out of my mom's womb. Like I don't remember that.
Yeah, no.
I don't remember remembering that.
Like, how far back do you remember now? Because I fucking don't remember anything.
I don't remember. I was actually only recently thinking about this. I was trying to think back to me as like in school and just been like, what the fuck did I do all day? I don't remember that. Like that's gone.
Yeah.
That's all gone.
Me neither.
And that's only like fucking like 10 or 12 years ago or something. That's just completely slate is wiped clean.
Yeah, like I think you remember certain things happening, like I don't know, like big events or big, I don't know, things that stand out in your memory. But even at that,
definitely.
I can't, like my earliest memory of something specific happening it's probably when I split my head open. But even at that, it's like
that's traumatic.
Yeah, it's traumatic. But even at that, it's different to what actually happened. So I remember it so much differently. Like,
okay, like so what? Like you remember something happening, and then your mom telling you something different. That like, oh no, like, what? How did it go down?
Yeah, so I always remember it as I was being chased around my house by my cousin. Mm-hmm. Who'd be like I think I was 4 or something at the time.
Right.
I was being chased around the house, and I think I ran down the stairs and I turned a corner and I ran into the door frame.
Okay.
Like right in the corner, and then like someone slapped a towel on my head, and we're like, all right, we're going to the hospital.
Okay.
I was like, okay, and then my mom was like, no, that's not what happened at all. You were just being a dumbass running around. There was no one here chasing you. You were just running around and you ran into the corner of the door, and then you were like, what the fuck is wrong here? Well, no, obviously I was a kid. They were just like, oh, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And then we went to the hospital, but you're just making up that your cousin was here. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe I was being chased by something.
Oh, maybe there was a spirit in the house that only you could see as a child. Ooh.
Maybe my imaginary friend was chasing me.
Yeah. I think my earliest memory is, again, I would have been around 4 or so. and I'm in the front room of our house, just like playing with Legos,
Nice.
like on my own, just chilling out. And for some reason, I thought it was a fucking great idea to take the really, really smallest Legos that I could find and start inserting them up my nose.
You weren't the brightest kid, were you?
I wasn't, and I'm still not. Nothing's changed.
How old did you say you were?
Maybe like 4, something like that. Like really
I guess
young.
that's kind of a dumb thing for a kid to do, isn't it?
Yeah, so I'm sitting there fucking shoving all these Legos up my nose. I've got like 3 or 4 by this stage. And my dad comes into the room holding a bag of Tato smoky bacon, which is like,
oh hell
yeah, that was my favorite crisp. So I'm like, oh fuck yeah. But at the same time, it's like mixed emotions because I'm like, oh shit, he can't know that I've put Legos up my nose. This is just
You're too invested in it now.
Yeah, I'm too invested, and if he finds out, he's gonna take them out, and they need to be up there.
What? Okay. Why?
And so he comes in and he gives me the crisps, and I'm like happily eating away. But I also have this like feeling of guilt because like I've done something I probably like. I know I shouldn't be doing this, but like
Yeah.
my dad's in the room, and I'm like, fuck, he's gonna find out. He's gonna find out, and then I don't remember how it transpired, but he does find out, and he goes, "Well, what?" And he's trying to like pry them out of my nose, but they're stuck.
Oh Christ!
So,
how many did you get up? I want to know.
I want to say I got like 3 or 4 of the like tiniest little, just like, do you remember like the little circle Legos that are only one little block?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's impressive.
They were the ones that I was infatuated with.
I want.
Sorry,
I
go
want
on.
to know what was going through your brain to be thinking they need to be up there. I need them up my nose.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things that like as a kid you just get into your head and you're just like, this is a thing that fucking needs to happen. And I will not stop until it's done. But
yeah, fair enough.
And then my dad realizing that I've got these Legos up my nose, like just bodily picks me up and runs me out to the car, going like, right, we're going to the hospital because these are going to go into your brain, you make you even stupider.
Whatever brain you have left before you start shoving Legos up your nose.
Whatever brain.
Yeah, they're
going
to be gone.
They're going to be gone. So he's like strapping me in the car, and then I don't remember, do I sneeze or something? But the Legos like plop out of my nose and like onto my lap, and he goes, "Oh, okay, fine," and then we just go back in the house. That's my earliest
memory.
memory.
So you didn't actually have to go to the hospital.
We didn't go to the hospital, no.
Nice. Yeah, he should have just like shoved some pepper or something up your nose to force it
to
out.
make
like,
me sneeze.
Make you sneeze.
I'm pretty sure I sneezed. I it's one of those things that, you know, memories from that young are like, they're so hazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But they came out somehow while we were in the car. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or another. It's just traumatic experiences now that I'm remembering. But did I ever tell you about the time I went blind in one eye for a day?
What? No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got shot in the eye with one of those like gas canister. What are they called?
Oh,
like, pellet guns, BB gun, pellet gun, BB guns.
Was it a pellet gun or like one of those potato rifle things?
Oh no, it was
an actual
pellet gun. Like.
Pellet gun. Oh shit. Okay. Fuck.
Yeah, and it was one of those dodgy ones that are illegal that you have to get off the internet because they're gas powered or.
Oh my god! I'm
whatever.
Sorry for laughing, but that's just fucking hilarious. How old were you?
It is pretty funny. I think I was like 10. I want to say 10.
Okay.
But it's. How do you think it happened?
Initially I was going to say that like you and one of your friends was just fucking around, but now after that last story, I'm wondering where was it actually just you fucking around and you managed to shoot yourself in the eye.
So me and my 3 friends that turned out not to be real.
Not to be
we were
real.
Playing
yeah.
one day. Yeah, no, I used to hang out with these guys on my road that were like a few years older than me, and they did not like me being there, basically.
Oh, right. You were that annoying little kid who'd just show up and be like, I'm playing with you guys now. And they'd try to like kick you off,
now, yeah.
but you just wouldn't leave.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So then one of them had this gun and he aimed it right, like point blank at my eye.
What the fuck?
I was like, for some reason in my head, I wasn't like backing down or anything. I was just like, yeah, do it. I dare you. As a 10-year-old, he's like,
that's
yeah,
pretty
do it.
fucking.
I'm not leaving.
That's badass. I have to say, that is pretty. It's stupid as all hell, but it is fucking badass.
I really didn't think he was gonna do it, so I was just like, yeah, do it, pussy, huh? Dare you?
Yeah, you called his bluff.
My
and
dad
he was
will
just
beat
like,
your
nah,
ass.
Fuck it. Oh god. So and he
It's one of
pulled the
those
trigger.
like, if you do this, my dad will beat up your dad, kind of
Okay.
thing.
And did your dad beat up his dad?
No, they did pull the trigger. It luckily hit me in the eyelid rather than the eye.
God, okay.
Because if it hit my eyeball, it probably would have went to mush immediately.
When you say point blank, like how far away? Like is it a few feet?
Oh,
or
like
is it pressed to your fucking skull?
It's not touching me, but it might as well be. Like I can't see anything other than the
Christ.
fucking circle barrel in my eye.
Oh man, that is
Yeah.
fucked up. And what happened?
Yeah.
Like did he get in trouble?
I started screaming and then shouting, and they were like, "Oh fuck, what did we do?" And they tried to calm me down. So they did eventually, and they just sat me down on the curb, and everything was going white, and I was like, "Uh oh."
Oh Jesus.
And then I think one of them was like, "All right, yeah, we fucked up. Let's go down and get his dad or whatever."
Yeah,
so they went down. My dad came up and was like, "What the fuck did you just do?"
Oh my god.
And they're like, "Yeah, we're just playing around, man. I'm sorry."
So I presume they didn't tell your dad that, oh, we have a pellet gun, we fucking shot your son in the eye.
I think, yeah, no, they didn't try to hide anything, but they weren't outright in saying it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I just went home, and then I was like, "Yeah, it's starting to go white." And he was like, "Yeah, just go rest." And then
wait, so your dad wasn't like, let's immediately go to the fucking hospital, you're losing your sight?
I didn't go to the hospital. No.
What? That's nuts.
No.
Okay.
He probably thought I was overreacting. I assume he did.
Okay, right. And do you remember? Did you have like was it bleeding or anything? Did you have like a bruise, something like that?
Oh yeah, I got a bruise on. It was like the lower half of my eyelid.
Right.
But then yeah, I think I just went to bed, and then everything went black in one eye instead of white.
Oh Jesus! Okay.
And I freaked the fuck out, and I was
Yeah,
like,
you
"Oh,
would.
I'm blind in one eye now." And then went to bed. Next day, woke up, and it like very blurry was coming back, slowly but surely.
Good.
So within a day, it came back.
I don't think
that was fucked.
I don't think I could do that. If I was like losing vision in one of my eyes, I don't think I'd be able to sleep. I'd be like fucking terrified.
Oh, I'm sure it wasn't that easy. What I did eventually get to sleep.
Yeah.
Probably cried myself to sleep. I don't remember.
Oh, dude, that is that's pretty grim.
I always think about how lucky I was that I missed my eyeball.
Yeah, like what could you have gotten like a more serious thing? Like, could the pellet gun like go through your eye and hit something else? Like, that's fucked up.
That's possibly, like, it probably could have hit my brain.
Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Well,
those guys were dickheads.
Yeah, they definitely were. Did you like? What happened the next day? Did you like still show up and go like, "What are you gonna fucking do? Shoot me again?"
Oh no! Like, I think they all felt really bad, but they also were like, "Okay, he can't hang around us anymore. He needs to stop."
Because
But I think after like a couple of days, or a week, I ended up just going back down to them and being like, "Yeah, you should feel guilty, but I'm still here, bitches."
I'm still gonna fucking annoy you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh man, that is.
I was the neighbor's kid for sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. That's not something that I knew happened to you.
Yeah, well, there you go.
That's gas.
If I remember any other traumatic experiences, I'll make sure to tell you.
Speaking of like something horrifying happening and then being able to sleep, I do actually have a kind of like on the same vein story. So Jamie, you're probably aware of this, but I'm like deathly allergic to peanuts.
Okay.
And one day, myself and my dad were on holidays somewhere when I was a kid, and the hotel had like hotel cookies, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, free cookies. Ate one without like even questioning what they were. Would you believe they were fucking peanut cookies? So
yeah, probably could have guessed.
Yeah, we get back to the hotel room, and I'm like to my dad, I'm like, hey, my throat feels really, really itchy, and that little dangly bit in the bottom, in the back of your throat is like swelling up. And he was like, no, it's fine, don't worry. And I was like, I think I ate peanuts. I'm pretty sure I'm like deathly allergic to peanuts. And he's like, no, don't worry, you're gonna be fine. No, just go to sleep. And I was like, oh, if you're sure, then okay, I guess I'll go to sleep.
Okay, Dad, the person who I trust most in this world.
Yeah, and I'm a
he
small
probably knows
child.
way better than I do.
I'm a small child in this as well. So, like, I'm going to sleep, and I can, like, feel my throat, like, closing, and, like,
Oh, no.
that little dangly bit, like, swelling up, and I, like, keep swallowing it and stuff, because it's too big. It's, like, catching in my throat, and I'm like, no, he told me I'm fine, so of course I'm fine. And I just
go to sleep. Just go to sleep.
I went to sleep and miraculously didn't fucking suffocate and die in my sleep.
Holy you actually went to sleep?
Yeah. We didn't do anything about it, and I was just very thankfully okay. Nothing bad happened.
Christ, yeah, you easily could have just died in your sleep.
I could have very fucking easily just died. Yeah. I don't know why. I've thought about this numerous times, and I don't know why. Like, he was so willing to bring me to the hospital for Legos up my nose, but not for me dying of peanuts.
Yeah, and obviously they knew about the.
They knew about it. Yeah, exactly.
That's strange.
So I don't think that wasn't like a very early memory. I think I was like 10 or something. But again, like, they're all very, very fuzzy from back in those days. You know, the way that memories fade.
Yeah, what a stupid thing to be able to kill you.
Oh, it's so annoying. Every time I think about it, I'm like, imagine if I fucking die because I ate some stupid nut. Like, that sucks.
Yeah, or
that is the worst, shittiest reason to die.
Or some people just being around like nuts or whatever they're highly allergic to, they can just die. Was it anaphylactic shock or something?
Anaphylaxis, yes.
That's insane.
Yeah.
What a weak race we are.
Yeah, you're so fucking easily killable for such stupid reasons.
Yeah. Okay, where were we? Reincarnation.
We were talking about childhood memories and why they like fade over time, and it's because that's when you lose the memories of your past life. Yes.
So
on that little tangent.
Actually, that just bring a full circle because we were talking about trauma. That sticks with you. It seems to stick with you anyway.
Absolutely, yeah.
But the thing is with these kids, I think I have a couple of stories of kids having past memory, past life memory. Sorry, and
right, yeah.
Usually it's something traumatic that happened to them, so they remember it. But then when they're 7, they forget about it. Okay. I find that very hard to believe. Then if they just forget about it, then
okay.
But again, another thing that's coming up later is Scientology. They have actually a method to deal with it.
A method to get back those memories?
Not get them back. I'll get into it.
Okay. I'm jumping the gun here. Continue.
So reincarnation is a big part of Indian religions, such as Buddhism. So it's very much so a reincarnation versus the afterlife. So it's either a religion has an afterlife, and that's what everyone believes in, or they have reincarnation, and that's what everyone believes in.
Yeah.
And apparently, the origins of it are obscure, but Celtic druids are reported to have taught a doctrine on reincarnation, which is pretty cool.
Cool.
And then some Greek historical figures, such as Plato, Socrates, and Pythagoras, all believed in reincarnation. Mm-hmm. So it was a big thing back in the day.
Yeah, Pythagoras was fucking like creaming over the idea of himself coming back as a triangle.
I think he just creamed himself in anything, to be honest. He was a bit of a dirty dog.
Oh yeah?
From what I remember.
I don't remember much about him.
Or maybe I'm thinking of someone else. I shouldn't do him dirty like that, actually.
Don't do my man Pythagoras dirty, man.
I won't out him like that, I'm sorry. So on the Wikipedia page, it has all of these like headings, okay, and it's like it went through all the religions, and then one of them, which caught my eye, it said mystery cults.
Oh, like, I'm intrigued.
Huh. So there's an Orphic religion. I don't know if you ever hear of the Orphic religion. I haven't. ORPHIC, which taught reincarnation about the 6th century BC.
Okay, cool.
So the Orphic religion organized itself into mystery schools at Eleusis, I don't know how to pronounce that.
Okay.
And elsewhere, it's a place, I think.
Right. Cool.
And it produced a copious literature. Orpheus, its legendary founder, is said to have taught that the immortal soul aspires to freedom while the body holds it prisoner.
Ugh.
Which I thought was kind of a cool way to look at it, to be honest. And the wheel of birth revolves. The soul alternates between freedom and captivity around the wide circle of necessity. It's very poetically put. But Orpheus, this founder, proclaimed the need of the grace of the gods, in particular Dionysus.
Yeah.
I'm sure you probably would recognize the name.
I've heard the name before, definitely, yeah.
So the need of the grace of the gods and of self-purification until the soul has completed the spiral ascent of destiny to live forever. So I think it's basically like you're doing this endless circle until you've reached your destiny, and then your spirit is free.
Okay.
Which is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of dark, to be honest, because you're constantly a prisoner. It's like life is the bad thing, and you're trying to
escape it.
Escape life, yeah.
That is fucking dark as hell, but I
Mm-hmm.
mean, when was this? Like the 6th century BC? Something like that?
Yeah.
So like times back then were not fun. You get one little cut, you get sepsis, you're dead. Yeah, fair enough. I'd want to escape life as well.
Yep. And then Scientology, which I had to put in cults and then Scientology, okay?
Nice.
So reincarnation is a big part of Scientology. I didn't know this.
I didn't either. I thought their whole thing was that like aliens come down to Earth and bring us to a new planet or something.
Yeah, I just thought Tom Cruise wanted to cull everyone, pretty much.
Jesus. Tom Cruise wants us all to drink the Kool-Aid. Oh, grim.
Okay, so past reincarnation, usually termed as past lives, is a key part of the principles and practices of the Church of Scientology. Scientologists believe that the human individual is actually a thetan, an immortal spiritual entity that has fallen into a degraded state as a result of past life experiences. This is the part I was talking about earlier. Scientology auditing is intended to free the person of these past life traumas and recover past life memory, leading to a higher state of spiritual awareness.
So their whole thing is trying to get us to remember when we were aliens. Is that correct? Something like that? A thetan? Something like
that? A thetan or thetan? Yeah. It's an immortal spiritual entity.
Okay, fair enough.
And
right.
They have this process called auditing.
Yeah.
Which is... It's a process whereby the auditor takes an individual through times in their current or past lives with the purpose of ridding the individual of negative influences from past events or behaviors.
Okay.
Pretty much like, what's it called? Therapy, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
In a way. It's kind of dealing with trauma and getting rid of it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, they reckon when you're audited, I guess, very strange because audited has a different meaning. Through auditing, you rid your traumas and you keep you recover your memory, and it leads you to a higher state of spiritual awareness, which is kind of cool.
I was just thinking, like, on paper, all of that sounds pretty cool until you realize that they're trying to tell you that you're a fucking alien.
Yes, and the highest fraternal religious order in Scientology is called the Sea Org. Okay. And their motto is, I think it's Latin, but excuse my pronunciation. Revenimus.
Right.
Revenimus. Which means we come back.
Right. We come back.
And the members of this organization or of this order sign a 1 billion-year contract.
Oh no!
As a sign of commitment to that ideal.
Jesus.
So, I wonder if any of the celebrities that have come out as Scientologists, if any of them are in this highest order in the Church of Scientology, which have signed a 1 billion-year contract.
Fucking 1 billion-year contracts. That is literal insanity. That is psychotic. Like I don't want the fucking church to come after me, but oh man, that is pure psychosis.
Imagine someone slapping that down in front of you, like.
Oh my god.
Ron Hubbard.
I can't stop thinking about a billion years. That is just so ridiculous.
I think that's when you'd like lose all belief in that religion.
Yeah,
like,
right.
If you're into all their ideals, but then they slap a contract. You're like, just sign this billion years, man. You're with us for a billion years.
Man, I barely know what I'm gonna eat for fucking dinner, let alone what I'm gonna be doing in a billion years. That is batshit.
Well, you're gonna be part of this fucking Sea Org.
Oh, Christ. Okay.
Right. What did Hubbard do? Ron Hubbard, which is the founder of Scientology, does not use the word reincarnation to describe its beliefs, noting that, inverted commas, the common definition of reincarnation has been altered from its original meaning. The word has come to mean to be born again in different life forms, whereas its actual definition is to be born again into the flesh of another body.
Mm-hmm.
Scientology ascribes to this latter original definition of reincarnation. So, I don't know what he's trying to say there. It's saying to be born again into different life forms is different to be born again into the flesh of another body.
Okay, right. I don't really know if I want to take anything that this guy has to say, like, at face value. Like, do you know anything about this guy, about L. Ron Hubbard?
No.
Nothing. This dude was like a science fiction writer in like the 50s, and
really.
Yeah, if you look at him, he's literally just a failed science fiction author.
Makes sense.
So what he used to do was, me and Anna went down a rabbit hole, Wikipedia rabbit hole of this one night. He was literally like selling articles and like stuff to like newspapers and magazines, so he could pay rent and stuff.
Okay.
So he was writing all of these like fictional stories or whatever, literally to pay the bills, and it just wasn't working for him. Until he like wrote these science fiction books about the Thetans and all of that kind of mad crack, and then he realized, oh fuck, I can make butt tons of money with this, and then just that's how Scientology came about.
So in him like, I don't know, in a way he made it as a joke. Not a joke, but a way to make money.
I don't want to say a joke, but yeah, he wrote the stories and then was like, oh, I can fucking milk the shit out of this. Because he met other like influential characters that were also like culty and stuff, and he got like ingrained into the whole cult ideology kind of thing. Then was like, I can fucking make my own. This is going to be great.
So a science fiction author came up with these ideals. Mm-hmm. Just off the top of his head, because it's in his brain as an author.
Yes.
And people believed it to be real.
You can buy his books. You can still fucking find his original books like that are pure science fiction. Like.
Yeah, I see one called Battlefield Earth, which looks... Oh no, that's a movie. Never mind.
What did you type in to get Battlefield Earth?
Well, no, it could be it could be based on one of his books because it's underneath his name. Like
it might be.
He did die in '86 though.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. I didn't know he was a sci-fi author.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of funny, though.
It is very funny.
Stupid to think about.
It is stupid to think about, isn't it? Because you're like, my fucking prophet is a science fiction writer. He's telling me stories about aliens coming down and all of this shit. There's no connection. It doesn't exist. Shut up.
Are aliens like a big part of it? Scientology, to your knowledge.
I don't know if they're actual aliens, but it's like, it's like all of this fucking interplanetary beings and all of that stuff.
Yeah, I guess with a Thetan itself is fucking an immortal spiritual entity.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a bit out there already.
It is.
Okay, let's get into some stories.
Before I just another little tangent. So I was scrolling through Facebook one day and I got an advertisement for join the Raelians. Have you heard of Raelianism,
Yes.
Jamie?
I have not, and I really want to hear about it.
Okay. So me and Anna were like, fuck it, this is another rabbit hole to jump into, let's do it. So we looked up Raelianism, and somehow they thought that I was the perfect person to advertise for. And it's very much a similar like Scientology thing. It's like there's this fucking planet with aliens on it, and aliens came down like thousands of years ago to give people like their like fire and all that kind of shit. And we were like, oh, this is some fucking rabbit hole. And then we were looking stuff up about the guy himself, who literally just calls himself Rail. He's this French dude who was like, oh man, I'm just gonna make money, make a crazy cult. And he has done some kind of crazy stuff in the past, like all of these cult leader guys. There's all this stuff about him having like teenage wives and all of this shit.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a bit touch and go there. But then there's other stuff where they're like try to do outreach and things like that, and they like have loads of charities, but it's also kind of sinister at the same time. It's really weird. But yeah, apparently I'm the prime candidate to advertise cults to.
You're exactly what they're looking for.
I'm exactly what they're looking for, yeah.
I did just Google it, and the symbol of it is a bit weird.
It has a swastika in the middle of it, doesn't it?
It's a swastika inside of the Star of David.
Yeah. Yes, it is. It's one of those things, though, where they're like, no, but the swastika is an ancient symbol of love or something.
Oh, Rail looks exactly like I imagined him to look like.
You'd picture him, yeah.
100% exactly. He actually looks a bit like one of the Bee Gees.
Yeah, he's got that vibe going.
Oh my... Wait. This is the haircut I'm thinking about. Found it. Hang on.
Giz a Luke.
Throw that into Discord.
Yeah, give me a hot look. Oh my god! What a boy!
There he is.
This is gonna be my next fucking haircut endeavor, I think.
Yeah. Well, you went the opposite way, so I'm gonna go with this.
Oh, okay. So we'll complete it together. We'll both have a full set of hair.
Yes.
Oh, this is incredible. So now
is this guy's?
Is he what?
Still going?
Is he still
I'm
going?
just wondering if he's still alive.
I don't remember.
He's 75.
Yeah, old man.
Sheesh.
But yeah, now you have a new idol to look up to, Jamie.
Alienism. No, Rayleism.
Rayleanism, yes.
No, it's just Raylism.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ray with an umlaut on the E. Okay,
yeah.
Anyway.
Anywho.
Raylism. The symbol's fucked, man.
It is very fucked.
I don't know what he was going... Wait, that's a different one. I don't know what he was going for, but...
Yeah, that's not the route you want to go down, is it?
Shock factor, I guess. I think he actually changed it. Because in photos where he looks... No, wait, never mind. There's one that looks different, where it's like a Star David with, like, rather than the swastika in the middle, it's, like, curved. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
Maybe there's more than one. I'd assume we'd have to change it, like...
Yeah.
You didn't want a load of hate.
Yeah, right?
Okay, sorry. No, just a little tangent. Send you this image as well.
Giz Luke.
I'm just finding a lot of images of our boy Rail here.
What? Is that real?
I don't know.
That can't be real.
I don't think so.
What the fuck? Oh my god. Ugh. Right, moving on. Reincarnationism.
So, I came across some interesting stories. I picked two out. One of them's a bit longer than the other, but the first one's short and sweet, and I think it is kind of a little bit interesting.
Okay.
If it's something you buy into.
Right.
So I named this one The Guru.
The Guru.
So born in Seattle in 1991, sorry, Sonam Wangdu was only 2 years old when he realized he was actually the fourth reincarnation of the original Tibetan Lama.
Okay.
Which is the Tibetan word for guru.
Yeah.
The Tibetan Lama's name was Dejung Rinpoche the First. I probably butchered that name, but anyway.
It's all good.
The realization was the culmination of a number of signs that had been accumulating since before the boy was even born. These included the visions of his mother and her own Lama, as well as the words of the third reincarnation of Dejung himself. So the one just before this boy was born.
Mm-hmm.
So this Tibetan Lama had been reincarnated 4 times. Okay?
Right.
And the third one, just before he died,
Yeah.
informed his acolytes in 87, the year of his death.
Yeah.
He said, I will be reborn in Seattle.
Okay.
In 96, so when the boy was 5,
Yeah.
the boy, who by then only answered to the name Trulkula, which means reincarnation, left his family forever to be raised by monks while studying Tibetan Buddhism in Kathmandu, Nepal, and eventually becoming the head of a monastery there. Arriving in Nepal, dressed in gold and maroon robes and riding on a luggage cart pushed by his mother, the little lama smiled widely, reported Seattle Met in a 2016 follow-up story tracing the boy's journey over the past 20 years. When asked how long he would stay in Nepal, though, the little boy was serene, almost stoic. Lots of time, he said. I'm just going to stay here a long time.
Cool.
And apparently he's still there to this day.
Nice. This this kind of reminds me of something. Have you ever watched the early 2000s show King of the Hill?
I've never watched it, but I know it, yeah.
Okay, so basically the premise is that it's like a Texan American family, and they're all very like conservative, yeehaw kind of vibe. But there's a really like left field episode where the boy Bobby, it's revealed that he's the fucking reborn Dalai Lama. It's so strange. And they go through like all of these monks come to this little town in Texas where these fucking like lads are from, and they do all these tests to find out whether he's the fucking like reincarnated Dalai Lama, and he fucking is. But he's just like, no, I'm not. He passes all of their tests and stuff, and then at the end he's just like, yeah, but I don't want to be him, and then he just goes and he just continues to be a fucking like 10-year-old boy. It's so weird.
Oh no.
And it's so like out there from the rest of their episodes, and they're just like, yeah, fucking our little strange character, he's the real Dalai Lama. It's so weird.
Maybe it was a kind of a big thing when the show was being made, like maybe a lot of people coming out.
Yeah,
because that's kind of what South Park and all
true.
do. And Simpsons, they kind of joke about current events in a way.
That's a great point I didn't think about. That might have been what happened. Maybe there was something in the news, and then they're like, I'm jumping on that.
Yeah, they're like, no, Bobby's the real Dalai Lama.
Yeah.
Were you a big fan of that show?
Oh, I love King of the Hill. I don't think I've seen every episode, but I've seen most of them.
Yeah, I'd say
good.
people loved it though, because even you fucking remember it.
Yeah, exactly.
This second story is a wee bit longer, but I'll fly through it.
Go for it.
But I found this one very interesting, and I'm pretty sure in the story there are some contradictions in a way.
Ooh, okay.
Or maybe not this one, but it was a different one, but I'll talk about that.
Do it, mate.
So in the early 2000s, a sensational news story took the world by storm. A young boy was proven by experts, so said the reports, to have lived a past life as a World War II fighter pilot who was shot down. James Leininger maybe?
Yeah.
Born in April 98, is the subject of books and TV shows and countless articles citing him as proof of reincarnation, bolstered by an assailable mountain of undeniable proof. Today, we're going to look into these amazing young boy who thought he was reincarnated, and in the process also look at the people who helped him get there.
Mm-hmm.
Such cases are not common. There are whole books about similar stories where James Leininger is only a single chapter. We could talk about any one of them, but this case is a good one because it is probably the best known. Has received both skeptical and credulous attention, and still has a large following of believers. The basic facts of the case are that James was born in 98, and while other children become obsessed with trucks and tractors or horses or plush toys, James's fixation was airplanes. He loved them. Every birthday or Christmas brought him a share of new airplane toys. By the age of 2, he knew many models by name, especially those most commonly produced as toys and featured in books, fighter planes like Mustangs, Corsairs, and Spitfires. His parents took him to an aviation museum, and he loved the World War II fighter planes. It even got to the point that his parents tried to distract him away from airplanes unsuccessfully. It's a familiar experience to many parents.
Okay.
Okay, I read through a different article, but it started getting real weird, so I just was like, all right, I'm going to find a more in-depth one of just this one.
Okay,
But
cool.
it seems like they're already contradicting themselves, or not contradicting, but they're already like giving us reason to believe why he isn't
Why is
a
that?
reincarnated version. Because as a kid, he knew a lot about these planes and stuff already. I don't know. We'll get into it. Or I suppose it might give us more.
I suppose it would just be one of those things that, like, as a kid, you like get hyper obsessed about things, like kids and dinosaurs, and they know like fucking every single dinosaur ever existed, and it's not like you don't go into them and be like, little Timmy was a T-Rex in his past life, like.
Maybe he was. Look, leave little Timmy alone.
Okay, go on.
Another thing James had in common with many toddlers was recurring nightmares. His, not surprisingly, given his favorite toys, was that he was in an airplane that was crashing. He'd cry and scream and wake his parents. Sometimes it would happen 5 times a week. James's mother, Andrea, began to suspect that this nightmare was so traumatic because it had an extraordinary cause. Perhaps James had lived it in another life. By the time James was 2.5, he'd said the man crashing in the plane was named James, and that the plane was a Corsair, a famous World War II fighter plane in the Pacific. His parents reported that he even gave a partial name for the aircraft carrier he'd been on, the USS Natoma Bay, an actual World War II escort carrier. He gave a partial name for the aircraft. Okay. I think he just said Natoma or something like that.
Okay.
But it was the USS Natoma Bay.
And how old is he at this point? He's a toddler, right? So he's like 3 or 4 or something?
I think 2.5.
2.5, okay.
Pretty fucking young.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a super skeptical, but like that just sounds like one of the kind of nonsense words that like kids can spew out sometimes. Just go Nabadema. And just like, fuck, he knows it.
He was in World War II.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm just super cynical.
Okay. Eventually, Andrea got a hold of a book on children who had lived past lives and studied it, while his father, Bruce, obsessively went through World War II records trying to piece together the bits little James had offered into a consistent narrative. Bruce garnered further details from James by going through the book, The Battle for Iwo Jima, with him. Their conviction that little James had been a Corsair pilot named James from the Natoma Bay who was shot down at Iwo Jima was so strong that they even took him to a reunion of crew from the Natoma Bay. Holy.
Whoa.
That's a bit.
I don't know. Like, imagine you're
Might be a bit much.
You're one of the boys. You're like fucking 80 now, and this like family comes up with a baby, being like, "Yo, remember your friend from like 60 years ago? Here he is."
Yeah.
I think that would be upsetting.
Yeah, because I mean, because I think there is some talk of the parents were kind of in on it, and they kind of planted this on him, or planted these ideas in his head, kind of thing.
Oh, hot fucking! That's what I was kind of thinking, because like if the dad's reading World War II books to him, being like, "Hey, you remember that?"
Did we lose you? Oh no! Rip. He'll be back. Maybe.
Hey, we're back. Don't know what happened there.
I don't mind.
But yeah, what I was trying to say was like that definitely sounds like it's they're in on it. Like the Daz has a World War II book open and like pointing pictures of like tanks and shit, and like, remember that? Remember when you were there?
Yeah. Now, it says like it could have been done unintentionally.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
As well.
I get it. Yeah.
Like,
it's like a subconscious
they brought him to
thing.
Museums. Like. Yeah, I don't know. The kid was very young when he picked up this information as well. Like, it's not as if you could force a 2-year-old to remember this shit.
Yeah, totally.
So, I don't know. Bringing him to a reunion, as you said, it might be a bit disrespectful.
I
almost.
think it would be hurtful. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe a step too far. But again, who am I to fucking say maybe it is real? But I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
eventually,
it's a bit much.
the Leiningers wrote a 2009 book promoting their son as an actual case of reincarnation, titled Soul Survivor. Although they clearly believe their son was reincarnated, the weaknesses in the story are apparent to the skeptical mind.
Mm-hmm.
All of the evidence is purely anecdotal and is practically the gold standard of confirmation bias and observational selection.
Right.
The story, as the public knows it, was written by the parents themselves after nearly a decade of personally trying to confirm and prove their belief. Reading their book, I marveled that the only proof they gave over and over again is that there is no way a 3-year-old could have had knowledge of aircraft carriers or known the names of specific fighter planes. That's an insult to every 3-year-old who ever lived.
That's what I was saying. Like, kids are sponges. They are information sponges. Like, they like read a book and they just like remember fucking all of it. And like you can say stuff and they just like instantly it's like burned into their brain already. Like as I was talking about dinosaurs, kids fucking like know so much. Or if you know kids who are like really into like cars and trucks and stuff. Like I remember some of my friends, like when baby time, they were like super into like Toyotas and like could like list all of the car names off and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like that's, I don't know, that's not very good evidence.
I don't know. It is a very strange thing to be fascinated with at the age of, like, obviously airplanes, that's completely normal. Like you said, dinosaurs, tractors, fucking cars.
Yeah.
Airplanes is normal, but then talking about like I don't know, maybe babies do have, but I feel like babies or toddlers, it's pretty dark for a toddler to have a nightmare about a plane crash over and over again.
That is true.
Or is that just
like,
me? I don't know.
I don't know. If I was a father and my kid started telling me that like he keeps seeing his own death in an airplane, I would be fucking terrified. I'd be like, what is this fucking hell spawn that I have created?
Put it down.
Yeah. Oh no.
There is a little finishing paragraph, but I think it's just for that article, so I'm not gonna read
okay,
that.
Cool. That was interesting.
So
I enjoyed that one. I feel like I may have, like, on some superficial level heard of that before. It seems a little bit familiar. But yeah, that was interesting.
I mean, apparently it blew up, and it's reason enough in that, like, they wrote their book in 2009, so I wonder what little James is up to nowadays. Oh, actually, I read it somewhere else that apparently he lost the memories at the age of 7.
Right, so that's going back to the start.
Despite having, like, I don't know, there's so much there to remind him of it as well.
Did you say
his parents tried to pull it out of him for years and then wrote a book about it? I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely ingrained in his head. So like, so what? He's 1998. He is like 23, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you ever think like he uses this as like fucking pickup lines? Like he goes up to a woman in a bar and be like, "Hey, I'm a fucking World War II pilot."
Hey yo, I died in a plane crash.
Hey yo, you ever died in a plane crash? I have.
I have. God, I hope not. I hope they don't use, like, I feel like the parents may have taken some sort of advantage to sell a book, but
well, they took their time. Like they took like 10 years or something.
Yeah, true. So yeah, unless, I don't know, maybe.
Unless it got to a stage where they were like, "Oh, he's fucking pessimistic. 10 now."
Yeah, I'm just being a little downer Dan here, saying like maybe the parents did it for money. But
I mean, I think at this stage it's two downer Dans talking to each other because I don't fucking buy this either, man.
The downer duo.
Oh.
Right, so then to kind of finish off, I have 3. No, I don't. I took more than 3. Shit.
Oh.
These are Reddit comments, okay, about people's experiences.
Oh, sick. Okay, that's cool. You just found these on Reddit?
It was an article that like snipped them. Basically.
Oh, that's really cool. Go for it.
So this is from Redditor, the Smurfs. I didn't even read these names beforehand. I'm so glad I didn't. SmurfStrangler27.
Oh, what a name! Oh, fuck. Okay, whatever this dude says,
Okay.
I believe it.
When my daughter was 3, she told me several times that she knew me, my sister, my mother, and my dad before she was here now. She said all of us women wore white dresses and worked in a white tent with red crosses on it. She said we all helped fix Grandpa after he got poomed, which was her word for gun sounds when she was little.
Aww.
She also told me that we have taken turns being the mommy. She said I was doing a good job at this time. I've actually accidentally called her mommy a couple times when I was really tired. That's fucking weird.
That is weird.
A little boy spoke what sounded like German as a baby without hearing it before, and when he was older, we got a German babysitter that was surprised we only spoke English because he was speaking low German at her house.
Oh, that's creepy. I don't like that one.
SmurfStrangler.
Here.
This little toddler just being like, "Man am Boden." Just out of nowhere. You pick up phrases.
You do. But imagine how scary that would be, like a little fucking like 2-year-old like English baby running around screaming German at you, like.
Ich weiter.
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah, just out of nowhere, and then the parents coming home and being like, "What?" And they have like big filthy British accents or something like that. Would be terrifying. That would scare the shit out of me.
That would be pretty scary.
Oh man.
I hope there's another funny name. No, I think that name tops it.
Yeah, here, think about it.
SmurfStrangler.
There are 26 other Smurf Stranglers out there. At least.
True. At least.
Oh, God.
Okay, next one. This is a short one.
Yeah.
From WTF Guys, Really.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a me that doesn't look like me, drown in very cold, deep water repeatedly since I was very young.
Don't like this.
I've always had a morbid draw to the Titanic. Before you ask, I was born way before the movie. I've seen another me burn alive, feeling the fire burn and blister. Watching people watch me burn, I used to wake up screaming as a child that they were burning me to death. I've had an emotional connection to places I've never seen before.
That is
It could just be a bad dream.
spooky. Yeah, it definitely is a bad dream, but like at the same point, that's like giving me the bad juju vibes.
Yeah.
I think like I've heard that before with people having like emotional connections over places that like they don't really like. There's no explanation for it. So I remember when I was a kid, me and my dad would go on holidays to this island, Santorini, in Greece, and he would always tell me there was this mountain there that we always used to climb up to get to the top, where there's this ancient like ruined city from like 3,000 years ago or something.
Yeah.
And he would always tell me when we were going up, he was like, I can't explain it, but I have been here before. I've definitely lived doing this journey up and down this mountain before. And he was just like, I cannot explain it. I don't understand it whatsoever, but he's like, I feel like I have an emotional connection to this place, like I have lived here before. That's yeah. So I totally get it that some people have that. Like, I've never experienced it myself, but like an emotional something like intangible, really, a connection to a place. So I actually forgot about that. That's just reminded me there that my dad has said that before.
That's crazy. Like, so it's just an inexplicable feeling or emotion that you get for a place that you've never been before.
Exactly, yeah.
It sort of ties in with Deja Vu as well.
It does, yeah.
Like, I don't know. Deja Vu is a thing, I guess.
Deja Vu is a very interesting one. My sister has told me before, she was like, if you ever experience deja vu, just drink some water and it goes away instantly. It just means that you're dehydrated. And I fucking
really?
tried it, and it's true. If you're super hydrated, you never experience deja vu. And if you fucking get deja vu, think about it, you're thirsty.
Just drink. Okay, fair enough.
That fucking blew my mind when she told me. I was like, that is fucking garbage. And she was like, next time you have deja vu, just think about it. You're thirsty and just drink some water and it'll go straight away.
That kind of ties in with like mirages then as well, isn't it? Like, it's your brain playing tricks on you if you're dehydrated.
If you're dehydrated, yeah.
Yeah, it's hallucinations and stuff. That's crazy. I never. That's kind of funny, actually.
It is really
kinda...
funny. Because it's like
if anyone,
yeah, there are definitely people who like have all of these conspiracy theories and shit about deja vu, and it's just like, no, your brain's just fucking need some water, man.
nah, mate, just here, take a sip. Next one, you Redditor War Scribe. I knew a guy. Wait, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you died again.
No.
I knew a guy who thought all things paranormal were nonsense and laughed at the mere thought there could be truth to anything outside what was accepted. He has accepted in quotes.
Mm-hmm.
He told me a story of his, though, that really surprised me. He was in his late 50s, and his entire life, for as long as he could remember, he had a dream he was standing in a field. It was always the exact same layout, rolling hills, as he could see the tree line from his vantage point. The only real landmarks were a lone tree and a wooden fence. Mm-hmm. Every time during the dream, he felt as if he was a young boy and could feel there was a large group of me with him, seemingly behind him.
Oh, okay.
He never told a soul, not his wife nor his kids. One day, he took his family to Gettysburg while on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
That exact vantage point was the Union high water line during the battle. It definitely disturbed him, but he still refused to consider it as being paranormal. So that's pretty much identical. Mm-hmm. Well, no, not identical, sorry. This guy was dreaming about a place.
Yeah.
And he got to that place and he felt like it was the place that he was dreaming of all these years, basically.
Wow. That would mess with your brain, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
that's
what he said. It disturbed him, but he still, just because he was like a skeptic, he refused to believe it was paranormal. He was just like, oh, okay, I guess it's just a coincidence.
That's just a weird, freaky coincidence, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know whether that would be enough for me to like go over to the other side, but I would definitely be like, that is fucking weird, I can't explain that.
Mm-hmm. Alright, last one.
Ooh.
Wee bit of a longer one. From Drabby Normal Blues.
Okay.
I have something to add. Since as long as I can remember, I've had vivid dreams about being a serial killer. Oh yeah, this is fun.
Oh no, I don't like where this is going. Let's do it.
Since as long as I can remember, I've had vivid dreams about being a serial killer from the 1940s or 50s. Oh, fuck. I lived in an old farmhouse in the middle of the woods, secluded from everyone. I buried my victims, which were all women with medium-length hair, I guess, or medium-length jet black hair and very pretty, on my property. So we buried them on his property.
Yeah.
There are at least 50, if not more. I've been dreaming about this guy since I can remember, and the details never change. I don't have a name or location, but it bothers me enough that I tried searching, but I don't think I was ever caught. Sometimes I have moments where I genuinely miss my old life. In this life, I wouldn't hurt a fly and have dedicated myself to helping people. Sometimes certain situations trigger feelings that are not really me, and I'm not sure where they come from. It's always the same type of girl and always the same thoughts of how to disable her in order to get her back to my place. I've come to terms with it and pass it off as an intrusive thought, but I've never wanted to act on it in this life.
Oh my
God. That's only half of this comment.
Okay.
But the next half is like is a different situation, a different story they have.
Okay.
But fuck me, that's just not okay.
So like if that was a movie, that'd be so cool. Like imagine someone like having these memories or whatever, and then they go to the police or whatever, and they're trying to track down a serial killer or something from the 40s that's like dead now. That's such a cool idea.
Oh yeah,
that's such a fucking
That'd be
cool
a great
idea.
Story idea. I don't know. I don't buy it. To be honest, I just think this person's either taking the piss or this is a psychopath who is trying to suppress a feeling, because the fact that they get certain situations trigger feelings that are not really me, they said. Yeah,
that sounds like you've got mentally unhinged somewhere.
Yeah.
And saying that you want to, like, you miss it. Oh, that's fucked, man.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I have moments where I genuinely miss my old life. That's
that's psychotic.
No, Yeah.
No.
And then they've just come to terms with it as an intrusive thought, but I've never wanted to act on it in this life. I don't know if you're calling it an intrusive thought rather than a memory, then I think that's where you slipped
up. Yeah, it's just like, you don't fucking believe this is a memory.
Yeah.
You just want an excuse to think about murdering people, you psycho.
Yeah.
That is
second
such
half
a cool idea,
as exciting as that one.
Okay, is it worth it?
No, not really.
Okay.
I'll leave it on that. That's a good one to leave
That's
on.
That's a really good one to leave it on. Oh man, I'm gonna be thinking about that last one, because I want to watch that as a movie or read it as a book or something.
Yeah, I think you could easily do a little short story on that or something.
Oh, easily. Yeah, that's really
so
cool.
Police are trying to track down a serial killer from the 50s based on a reincarnated version of him.
Yeah, that's sick. That's so cool.
Hell yeah. Well, that's all I have on reincarnation anyway.
Alright, that was really interesting. I greatly enjoyed that one. I also like how the spooky music stayed throughout the entirety of the episode.
Yeah, actually, speaking of, I'll kill it now.
Oh, now it just feels empty and weird, and I feel naked and alone.
Whoa. I'll throw on some of this then instead. Hang on.
Give me some hot, fucking elevator music or something. Oh, yeah. There it is. Oh, before I even finished. There we go.
So right. This end on a little lighthearted note.
Nice.
I actually quite enjoyed looking up about that, even though I only did it today and I didn't put a lot of
it was really
research
really good.
into it. But it was pretty interesting.
It was very interesting, yeah.
And I am a non-believer, I think.
I think it's quite obvious throughout that whole thing that neither of us buy this.
Yeah, I think it's a nice thing to maybe believe in, especially it's like having a religion for afterlife or reincarnation is another thing to kind of make you feel a bit safer in life.
If I were to choose a preference between reincarnation and the afterlife, I actually do prefer reincarnation. I think it's less bullshit. I don't know.
Yeah. But then that made me think religions that believe in reincarnation. So when you die, you're reincarnated. Mm-hmm. That means it's impossible, because think about how many. That means everyone would have experienced that at some point, no? Because there's so many people in the world.
There's so many people, and it's just getting more
that
and
have
more.
Died.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It has holes in its theory, but if that's what you want to believe in, then that's all G.
Yeah. But again, it is a thing. I think it's a thing with Hinduism that depending on how you lived your life, you can get reincarnated as something else. So if you're a person and you're really, really nice, you get reincarnated as a person. But if you're kind of shitty, you get reincarnated as a rabbit or something.
Oh, okay. Or a fucking little gerbil or something.
Yeah, something like that. Or a fucking aphid just gets squished.
I guess it's kind of a way to scare you into being a good person, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But thanks for that, Jamie. That was very, very, very good. I feel like I've learned some stuff. I listened to some nice stories, got my old imagination going, and I learned that when you were 10, you got shot in the face.
Shot in the face and lost my vision in one eye.
Yeah,
for a day.
That's really cool. I have been fucking racking my brain about your riddle, and
oh hell yeah,
I still don't fucking know it. I'm getting caught up on the fact that it's I have a nose, blah 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 blah, identical to yours. I can be in you, you and I, your reason to live and stuff. I'm is it something like your soul or something that's something like that?
It's not a soul.
Fuck.
That would have been a nice theme though if I had to pick soul, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's why I was kind of thinking as we were going through, I was thinking about it more, and I was oh, that'd be good if we themed it with the episode. But anyway, fuck. Because all of mine that I've been thinking about are quite intangible. Because I was thinking soul. Is it your personality or something?
Okay.
Or then the last one that I'm thinking of is blah, 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 blah. I can be your reason to live and reason to die. I'm is this some kind of parasite?
No.
Fuck. Okay, what is it?
So there's.
Can you read it again and then give the answer?
Yeah, it's. I'm gonna see what you think. You might think it's bullshit, but I can make sense of all of it. Okay?
Yeah. Let's do it.
So I have a nose, a mouth, ears, and eyes identical to yours. Mm-hmm. I can be the reason you live and the reason you die. You can be in me and I in you.
Yeah.
It is water.
Fucking water? Really?
Yeah.
How does a water have a nose?
It's reflection.
Ah, that's so good. Okay, and now I get it. Oh,
is that does that make sense?
It does. Once you said reflection, like, yeah, that's great. That's so good.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's and you can drown, and it's your reason to stay alive. That's fantastic. Well done.
Hell yeah.
That's very very creative.
Thank you. I'm glad you didn't get it.
I'm glad you didn't get it. Fuck you, man.
Because I know after the last one you felt a bit butthurt a wee bit. You were just like, "Oh, come on, man."
Well, I can't remember what the last one was, but yes, I do have the leftover feelings of, oh, what the fuck.
But I think the water one was probably my best one. The next one's gonna be very difficult.
And the other two weren't.
Yes.
Okay. I love that one. That is as I said, very very creative, and I would put that up there with like the old ones that have been around for like fucking 500 years. That's really good.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna write it on a wall somewhere around where I live, so it's part of this area for hundreds of years to come.
Nice. You should like print off a load of them and then go around and like drop them into people's mailboxes.
Oh.
And then get
that'd be kind of fun.
Reported to the police.
For harassment.
For harassment. Someone thinks that they're like being singled out for like a serial killer or something.
I'm just gonna sign it off as the SmurfStrangler28. Okay.
Oh god.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Adios. Shut up.